The following video demonstrates the PAC communicating with the Cognex over the Modbus TCP protocol. In the video, the PAC can be seen triggering the Cognex camera, which in turn reads back dot counts to the PAC global variable list. Hey guys, today I'm going to show you how to set up the Cognex Insight camera for Modbus communications. Since this is a video highlighting the PAC, I'm going to skip the setup of the image and just show you the network settings. So under setup image, we have to go down and select trigger type network so that the camera can be triggered over Modbus. And once we do that, we're going to go to the communications tab, select add device, and select other from device. Under protocol, we're going to scroll down until we find the Modbus TCP server, aka slave. Hit OK. And since we're going to be sending the PAC blob counts, dots that the camera sees, we're going to want to use format output data. Go ahead and add a device, and you can see under one of the tools we used was called blob1. So under that, we'll select blob count, hit OK. And once we add it, you can see it's going to be stored at starting address 30,010. So this is where the PAC is going to have to look to find the blob count. So what we've got here is we went to File and created a new project and just selected Empty Project, gave it a name, and we right-clicked on the project and added our device, which is the PAC. Make sure we select the correct version of it and hit Add Device. And what we do from here is go ahead and double-click on the PAC and scan the network and connect to the device. You can see once we hit OK, the light will turn green to show that we're connected. What we're going to do now is go under application and add a global variable list, and here we're going to add a word for blob count to pass the dot information from the camera and a trigger to trigger the camera. Next, we're going to go and select EtherCAT master and make sure the event type is set to cyclic event, and okay, leave it at 2000 microseconds. Next, we're going to go and add the Ethernet device, and to do that, we're going to right-click on the PAC and add Ethernet. Under that, we're going to add a Modbus master, which is the PAC, and below that, we're going to add a Modbus slave, which is the Cognex camera. We're going to set the correct IP address, give a unit ID, and next we're going to add some channels. One channel is for an input from the Cognex camera, which will pass us the dot information. And the next is a coil, which we will trigger the camera with. We can see we mapped those global variables we created, one to the word, which is the blob count, and one to the boolean, which is the trigger. And now that we're all mapped, we want to make sure we go online. And once we go online, you can see it's asking us if we want to download. We click yes and wait for it to go online. And once our application is online, we can trigger the boolean to true, and that will enable the camera to start reading. We're going to go ahead and set a prepared value, hit F7, which triggers to true, and now if I put some dots under the camera, you can see the value change, and I'll show you that here in just a moment. So here you can see the setup, and the trigger is set to true. So if I change the piece of paper underneath the camera with certain dots, we're going to get a dot count. So for 2, you see the count is set at 2. We're going to go ahead and put 4 there next, and you'll see a 4 show up on the global variable list. And after that, we're going to go ahead and put a 6, and you'll see the 6, and so on and so forth.